Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's and Mariana's Coffee.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Sakurako Halstead.
And I'm Dan Shore. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories.
Back in court today, 2 men charged with a vicious assault on a taxi driver.
Also tonight, public radio could be looking at some difficult times under the new Republican administration.
And whales are in our waters this month, but it's not always a joyous visit for our giant friends.
In local theater, all the CNMI is a stage, as local thespians prepare for a show to remember.
Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
I love Mariana's Coffee. Come join me for a cup. I think you would be really happy.
Hey Lise, what's in the bag?
A barbecue bacon QPC from McDonald's.
Oh, you mean the Angel Reese special? I'll play you for it. I've been waiting for you, OG. And if I win, McDonald's on me.
But you know my game, right?
Oh yeah, I know.
Let them know.
Oye, vámonos, let's get it. I got something for you, Aaliyah.
All right, let me see it. Let me see it.
Now she blocked it. Yo, Stewie, when it takes the bag. Golly, right here with you. Right here with you. Nothing but net. Get the Angel Reese special at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Let's work as one community. Let's share the responsibility for our future generations. Let's take pride in our island's image. Let's beat the blights. Zoning is here to help. We've activated the posting of properties and the issuances of notices to abate in the following priority areas: properties within view of tourist sites, properties within 300 feet of schools, daycares, and playgrounds, and properties on major thoroughfares. So, what does this mean for you? Improve or remove unsafe, abandoned, and dilapidated structures. Remove junk vehicles and appliances. Clean up overgrown vegetation. Together, we can make our neighborhoods better. This is our island, and we all have a part to play. Zoning is conducting educational outreach meetings. Come join us to learn more about the Nuisance Abatement and Blighted Property Maintenance Act of 2018. Join in and help us out, just like these property owners are beginning to do. Let's work together to improve our island's quality of life. Together, we can do it.
Hafaday, Tirawami, and good evening, Commonwealth.
You're watching the Channel 2 News on February the 5th from high up in our studio on Capitol Hill.
A change of plea hearing has been scheduled now for the beginning of April for 2 men accused of kidnapping and beating a taxi driver who had given the 3 boys and 2 men a ride down to Coral Ocean Point. It was a brutal beating that was captured on video. This taxi driver, known as Wang, was beaten down near Coral Ocean Point by what police say was 5 individuals, 2 adults and 3 minors. The driver had given the perps a ride after they contacted him on his phone. On the video, they strangle him with a seatbelt, hit his face, and tell him to say goodbye to his family as they laugh. Wang survived and was able to provide police with the phone number that was used to call him initially for a ride. Police quickly tracked down the number, and that number led them to an individual who says she didn't know anything, but she also told police that her 15-year-old nephew sometimes borrows her phone and takes out her SIM card. Around this time, video clips were sent into the Crime Stoppers hotline showing the beating, and it appears at least one of the individuals involved took video of the assault and shared it. On Saturday, December 14th, Judge Teresa Kim Tenorio signed a search warrant for the cell phones and SIM cards of 2 of the individuals. Arrest followed for Jay Billy, a 20-year-old, and J.R. Tipengeni, who is now 20 years old as well. KSPN2 does not normally name juveniles unless they are being tried as adults, and in this case, they are not. The 2 men who were charged with kidnapping, aggravated assault and battery, and robbery appeared today at a status conference in front of Judge Joseph Camacho. A change of plea hearing has been put on calendar for April the 2nd.
Shows like Fresh Air, Up First, and All Things Considered are nationally produced and they air daily here in the Marianas. However, our local NPR station also covers regional news closer to home. At least they do for now. The station says a targeted assault on national media could have some local implications. Welcome to 2025. Local public radio could soon be on life support if it isn't already. NPR President and CEO Christopher Hartig says the waters for local media are not only challenging, they are turbulent. You said there are 2 known issues and several unknown.
Yeah, NPR received a letter from the FCC. They're doing an investigation from the new administration on underwriting spots and the legality of what NPR has been airing. And as a non-commercial educational broadcaster, we're not allowed to air traditional advertisements. So the letter is very specific, and it also has a threat in it about our funding. It essentially says, and I can send it to you, Dan, that he does not believe that NPR and PBS deserve any further funding from the federal government.
Mr. Hartig says that NPR and PBS receive virtually 0 funding from the federal government. However,
the second one is that we received a letter, or NPR rather received a letter from Marjorie Taylor Greene, who's called the heads of PBS and NPR in for hearings in Washington, D.C. And again, she reiterated that she didn't believe that NPR and PBS deserved any federal funding through the corporation.
is this a specific retaliation for, may I call it, a recitation of facts over the past 8 years?
I think there's a war on journalism in general going on in Washington. For instance, NPR, the New York Times, a few other outlets were asked to leave their space in the Pentagon and were replaced with Breitbart, the New York Post. This just happened this last week, too. I mean, there's a lot going on.
What is important about your services in providing news to our area, specifically to the CNMI?
Well, in the last 18 months, we started up a news division. And as you know, local journalism is contracting nationwide. I mean, I know you just lost one of your local papers.
Yes, we did.
And we have a reporter that we picked up from the Tribune, Brian Mentemont, who is in CNMI in Saipan, and we hired him.
We like
to cover up there. And so we're we feel that it's our duty and obligation to cover the region in a different manner. Some more long-form storytelling, more long-form stories.
Aside from the Marianas, NPR also broadcasts in Palau.
I believe, and I've lived out here almost 20 years, that the Pacific region is where all the action's really happening. That's where all the growth is in economies, the rise of China, the potential conflict with Taiwan. We wanted to be there not only as a news and information service, but we want to be there for emergency reasons as well. And that can include typhoons or, weather events or whatever else.
NPR lives here in the CNMI at 89.3 on the FM dial. We will have more on NPR in the coming days.
A Filipino man caught up in controlled buy of crystal meth pleads guilty today to drug trafficking. 51-year-old Nick Sina Patulot stood up today in court and pled guilty to dealing the drug informally known as ice. Formally, Patulot pled guilty to the trafficking of a controlled substance. Police say the deal went down on November 14th. The CNMI Drug Enforcement Task Force conducted a monitored and recorded controlled purchase with the assistance of a cooperating defendant after being informed of drug distribution activities. On the morning of the 14th, the cooperating defendant, who wore a police wire, contacted Patulot requesting to purchase $150 worth of methamphetamine. Police witnessed the exchange of drugs for money outside a prearranged location in Chalancanoa. Later in the afternoon, in a second controlled drug buy-walk operation, the cooperating defendant contacted Patulot and purchased $560 worth of meth at a location in Oliai where the second transaction was witnessed. Police say both bags of white crystal-like substance were tested by a TrueNarc analyzer device with positive results for methamphetamine. An arrest followed. Today, Patulot pled guilty to trafficking of a controlled substance and received a sentence of 6 years, of which he must serve a minimum of 2 years and 6 months. A credit of 82 days is given for time already served. Coming up, Watcher returns. A new bean counter is on island, and he's going to be checking those details.
And a look back at some whale history here on the Saipan Lagoon. More news is next.
Find a plan that goes with your flow. Get unlimited local talk, text, and data at the most affordable rate with Unlimited Flow Postpaid.
Green sea turtles and hawksbill turtles call the Mariana Islands home. They're an important part of the marine ecosystem. They are under threat, and they are protected under CNMI law. Keep plastic out of the ocean. Keep vehicles off the beach. Use the Sea Turtle Stranding Hotline if you see poaching activities or if you see a turtle in trouble. Call 287-8537 and save a turtle.
The king is back like prodigal. I gave him time, it's been too long. Politic, if I want it, I'ma get mine. Never fake the funk, can't perform for your empire. Snatch him out the throne, make them all fall in line. I let the clock tick, count down, cause I'm on the headline, the deadline. I'm ahead time, the rare kind. I'm a living legend, lethal weapon, master, minor, big time.
At Mariana's Beach Resort, come to the edge of the ocean and experience the best sunsets on Saipan at Skipper's Beach Bar. Open daily from 5 p.m. till 9 p.m., Skipper's is the perfect place to unwind with great friends, great weather, and stunning ocean views. And every hour is happy hour with $3.99 craft draft beer, local food specials, and live music. Bring a friend or make some new ones. Skipper's is where memories are made. Skipper's Beach Bar, the best sunsets, the best fun. Come join us tonight. See you at the beach.
When I think of you sometime, want to spend some time with you, just the two of us.
Do you subscribe NPR?
No, I don't. What?
I haven't in years. I used to when I lived in Los Angeles, but I haven't. Maybe it's time.
Yeah, maybe so.
Premium office space is available now at the Hermosa Vista Business Park on Capitol Hill. Features include dedicated parking, fast internet, backup power, good water, and natural light throughout to go along with the very best views on Saipan. So don't settle for space when you can get peace and peace of mind. Call Hermosa Vista today at 670-483-4750 or email hvsaipan@gmail.com.
Welcome back, CNMI. Last weekend's whale sighting at Pau Pau Beach made us look back into our archives for a whale beaching story that happened on the shore of Micro Beach. The incident happened shortly after the Japan tsunami. Those incidences were unrelated, but there was some thinking at the time that local military activity, it could have been a factor.
2 whales in 2 days came into the Saipan Lagoon back in 2011. This one beached itself on a sandbar. As the tide rose, it moved, but by afternoon it was perched here in just a couple of feet of water on the American Memorial Park side of Micro Beach. Mike Tenorio of DFW.
It came in on its own. Usually when whales are sick, they try to find a spot to stay afloat, or they're too tired to swim, and just try to recover that way.
So will you not move the whale? Will you kind of keep it here on the beach and keep water running over it?
Yeah, from right now, from the looks of this whale here, it's not doing too good. So we're just trying to monitor it, and we've communicated with some of the professionals in Hawaii, and they suggested the same thing, to continue to monitor it and just give them updates.
Now, it seems unusual that 2 whales would be sick at the same time, back-to-back days. What do you think? Do you think that the 2 are related? Do you think one of them followed the other one in and got disoriented inside the lagoon? Any thoughts on that?
From what I know, there are a bunch of factors that could come into play. They could have gotten some kind of bacteria in their system. They gotten sick. They could have gotten, affected by the sonar activity, if there was in the area.
It is odd. It's very odd. And pretty much the Coast Guard role here is help facilitate notification of NOAA if they have not been notified at that time. And we assist NOAA with logistics or any other local needs that they may need. But NOAA is the lead agency in these type of instances.
Just prior to the beaching event, an aircraft carrier, the Ronald Reagan, arrived in Guam. Its route from Hong Kong probably would have taken it at least near our waters. Carriers are accompanied by subs equipped with sonar. Have you talked to the Navy and found out if there's anything going on?
No.
In this area? No?
Yeah, I haven't heard anything from the Navy or any of their activities. Probably try to get that information from some of the NOAA people.
Later in the afternoon, the island's vet at the time, Dr. Tudor, arrived.
Can't get it in. Not long enough? No, it's just there's too much pressure. You can't get it past the blood pressure in the body.
After consulting with NOAA officials in Hawaii, a decision was made to euthanize the whale. Last weekend, what are believed to be humpback whales were seen in what appeared to be much better condition just outside the reef in the Pau Pau Beach area. Chris Nelson for the Channel 2 News.
Welcome to Saipan. Tonight we meet a first-timer and say welcome back to a long-timer. The first-timer has some audits ahead of him, and the long-timer is back from a political convention with Democrats looking at regrouping for midterm elections. Depending on distance, it may take several legs, but nonetheless, Saipan International welcomes guests from all over the globe. Kiefer Legnada is transferring from the Philippines to work for Ernst & Young CNMI.
Yeah, it's my first time in Saipan and I'm going to work here for an audit company. I'll be working as a senior auditor. I've always dreamt of working in the US or any US territory, and I saw an opportunity to work here and then I applied for it, and fortunately I was accepted and here I am.
His experience as an auditor extends to America and is rooted in his hometown.
I also work for EY Philippines, but I also work for different audit companies, most recently in Towel Global Manila, where I was handling US companies.
He's taking steps forward to expand in different ranges of the field for himself and in hopes to help others do the same.
I've always wanted to be competitive globally, but at the same time, I've always wanted to mentor auditors in the Philippines so that they know what it's like working and so they know that we are capable of competing with international auditors as well. And I hope to maybe bring more auditors from the Philippines here to Saipan so they can experience what I'll be experiencing in the future as well.
As Legnada is in for a new job, Michael White returns from attending the Democratic National Convention in Washington, D.C.
It was wonderful. We elected new leadership of the Democratic Party that's going to lead us to success in 2026 and 2028.
Political bipartisan differences with the newly elected Republican president is evidently affecting him as a part of the Democratic Party in the CNMI.
Well, it's obvious that this president is trying to dismantle our democracy, and we need to do everything we can to resist that.
But do you think there's any room for compromise, or is it kind of...
President Trump hasn't shown any willingness to do that. He's got his own agenda and he's hell-bent on getting it done.
Although a few years from now, he's looking forward to the next election season in hopes for a new administration to step in.
We're stuck with Trump for the next 4 years. All the Democrats can do in the meanwhile is try to preserve as much as we can of our democracy. And hopefully we'll have better success at the midterms in 2026 and in the next presidential election in 2028.
As more people come through those well-known double doors, we say, welcome to Saipan and welcome home.
Coming up in sports, a Midsummer Night's Play with a localized tropical twist is in the works.
Fast, fun, and easy. That's how your home Wi-Fi should be. So start with an internet plan that fits your budget. Introducing your home Wi-Fi starter pack, also known as WISP. Enjoy up to 25 megabits per second for as low as $35 a month. Plus, a free router with your wireless subscription. That's hours of movies, games, social media, and more endless fun. Get your Wi-Fi starter pack today only at Docomo Pacific. Better together. Additional conditions may apply.
A new international brand is coming soon, but why wait? Escape to paradise today at Mariana's Beach Resort on Saipan. For just $99 for two, enjoy an ocean view room with stunning views of the crystal clear waters. Relax by the swimming pools, dip your toes in the sand, and unwind with exclusive offers on breakfast and happy hour. Whether you're here for romance or relaxation, Mariana's Beach Resort is the perfect getaway. Special rates are for NMI and Guam residents. Some restrictions apply, but not many. Call 670-234-1234 and book your escape today.
Motivation isn't always easy to come by. Thankfully, there's one place that continues to ignite my willpower. This one place provides me with the knowledge and support I need to grow, so I can continue to become a better version of myself. This is where I discovered my passion, where I achieved successes that made me proud. It's home to where I improved my performance, seeing the opportunity in every challenge. And when doubt creeps inside and I think about giving up, I remember the heroes who've also called this place home. And just like them, I know that every last rep is always a beginning. No matter how hard it gets, nothing can stop me. I will always come back stronger because I'm part of a legacy.
Buenas sports fans.
Buenos sports fans. Long ago, when I was in high school, I was very active in sports like you are now with
Water paddling.
Yeah, I loved the aspect. What I loved is team sport, the camaraderie.
Me too. I love being in the water with my teammates.
In the 11th grade of high school, I dipped my toes into the deep end of a sport that had both boys and girls on the same team, the theater. Saipan's Mount Carmel High School is preparing to stage an original adaptation of William Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream at Pau Pau Beach. Let the games begin. Fairy King Oberon says, I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where oxlips and the nodding violet grows.
King and Queen of the Fairies, but kind of have them more attributed to the land and the sea, right? To kind of be more specific to here in the Marianas.
Director-instructor Mount Carmel School, Zeno de Leon Guerrero, along with his student design team, visit Pau Pau Beach, where they plan to stage their adaptation.
Yes, there will be changes. I'm definitely trying to give it more of like a tropical island vibe as opposed to, the original Athens that it's set within, especially because we're looking to kind of perform it here at Pau Pau, right? It's kind of a play on Shakespeare at the park, but in this case, Shakespeare at the beach.
The specific language of the piece will be created in collaboration with the director and his student cast.
Limitedly, I do like some iconic lines, like Lord, what fools these mortals be, or the course of true love never did run smooth. Things like that I want to keep, but I do want to have it, I don't know if I want to take it into a more modern direction, but I definitely want to take it a bit away from the traditional Elizabethan tags.
Zeno addresses his design team.
Are you guys inspired at all by the scenery that we have here? I love the ocean, and that's partially why we chose here, because I want people to hear the ocean.
Galvin Guerrero, president of NMC and former Mount Carmel educator, stays connected to his old school and his love of theater.
In 1996, I got back from college, and there was this dream of bringing the theater experience I had in college here to Saipan. And so, along with Hal Leeson, we started up our respective drama programs. He did it at Marianas High School, and I did it at Mount Carmel. And so I've been helping since 1996 stage plays and make movies. I'm just here helping. I'm usually listed as a producer, so I come in and I try to use my resources, my network, to help them, put on shows.
The play will be produced in May, 4 months from now.
But here, for a big show in May, we're going to be doing A Midsummer Night's Dream, which we've done before, where we localized it, and so we're bringing it back and bringing it outdoors.
Casting to be announced today.
Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas Driving Range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time, and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week.
Here's the weather. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a 30% chance of isolated rainfall with east breezes of 15 miles per hour and lows of around 77 degrees. Tomorrow, Thursday, partly cloudy with only a 20% chance of showers with highs of 86 and lows of 77 in the night. The sun has set tonight at 6:17 p.m. and will rise tomorrow at 6:45 a.m., which is the exact time that time trials for the Palau Minigames Triathlon competition will begin on February 22nd. So, tomorrow would be a good time to start training, but at that hour, you may see me floating in the water, but not likely on the land, running.
That's news, sports, and weather. Thanks for tuning in.
And we will see you again on Friday, CNMI.